Yo, what's going on, guys? And we're hearing that the Phoenix Suns are trying to get themselves Kyle Lowry, as he was someone, if you guys weren't paying attention the other day, the Philadelphia 76ers, which he's a Philadelphia boy, like born and raised in Philly. So when he signed with Philly this past season, after being bought out once he was traded from Miami, I thought he would have just came back to Philly and ended his career maybe in Philly. He's already a champion, do one more season. However, they renounced their free agent exception rights, and coming out from Gerald Borgutz from Phoenix Sports, and he writes that Kyle Lowry is still in play for the Phoenix Suns and that both sides, the two sides, are still talking. Meaning, seemingly, Kyle Lowry and Phoenix have more traction than Kyle Lowry going back to Philadelphia, which I just thought Daryl Morey, we know he's a Daryl Morey guy. Daryl Morey likes him. But Kyle Lowry going to Phoenix would probably give him a bigger role than he would have with the Philadelphia 76ers. He might actually have a chance to be a starter in Philly, in Phoenix, while in Philly, he would come off the bench, more than likely behind Tyrese Maxey. So in Phoenix, he has a chance to actually start. If you guys have not been paying attention, the current roster for the Phoenix Suns for this season is looking, it's the same starting lineup: Grayson Allen, Jusuf Nurkic, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and our man Bradley Beal. However, the bench has changed around and looks a little different than it did compared to last year. Now, what is that bench looking like? So, from what it's looking like this year, it's Monte Morris, Naz Little, Royce O'Neal, Bol, Mason Plumlee. And then the next layer is Damian Lee, Ryan Dunn, Jalen Bridges, David Roddy, Oso Iguodaro, and Colin Gillespie. So imagine Monte Morris and Kyle Lowry give you two good guards, both guys who can be starters. Monte Morris is more of an offensive guy, while Mr. Kyle Lowry is kind of a 3-and-D guard who hustles at this point. I like Kyle Lowry coming to this team, because now if you have as your main 6-7 dudes off the bench, Mason Plumlee, Bol, Royce O'Neal, Naz Little, Monte Morris, Damian Lee, Kyle Lowry, David Roddy, maybe sprinkle in a little Ryan Dunn, behind Jusuf Nurkic, Kevin Durant, Grayson Allen, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal. And we hope that Oso Iguodaro can maybe have some like Trace Jackson Davis impact. It's not too bad of a plan to see if the Phoenix Suns can put together something, I think, along the lines similar to Trace Jackson Davis with the Oso Iguodaro, but with the point guard position. I think having two actual point guards who've been playmakers for others, for teams, and have had success doing it. Obviously, Kyle Lowry's a Hall of Famer, while Monte Morris has been a good player you saw it for the Timberwolves last year, but, back with the Nuggets, he was really solid. So for me, I think there is a chance that, looking at it, I think this is I wouldn't be surprised if they're able to put themselves in a position to really have, maybe Bradley Beal come off the bench if he struggles, or if he doesn't mesh with Devin Booker and they just start Kyle Lowry and have Bradley Beal maybe be a very expensive 6-man. And that's a very good possibility. And again, I think Kyle Lowry has a better chance playing minutes on this squad than he would going back to Philly. And I'm not trying to be rude. I just think Philly just went in a different direction, which that's what they wanted to do, and it worked out for them. But I love the idea of Kyle Lowry being on Phoenix because it gives him versatility. Plus, Mike Budenholzer would love Kyle Lowry, in my opinion, at least. Seems like they were They were made for each other.